Hey guys, welcome back to 2Critical. This is the show where we take a few minutes to destroy or praise a lot of hard work by a lot of creative people. This is part 2 of our 3-part pilot episode.
1.2.
I'm your host Luke.
I'm Benny.
And today we're going to be talking about our favorite film directors.
Yes.
I think, Benny, you should go first.
I'll go number 1. I'm going to start with the master, Alfred Hitchcock.
Of course.
Yeah, gonna steal him right away, which is one of his favorites too. But Alfred Hitchcock, I'm sure everyone in the world has heard this man's name. Now the difference is, have you seen his movies? I studied photography and cinematography a little bit there too. I'm telling you, there is no other than Hitchcock. Birds, North by Northwest. Obviously, I'm sure if you're watching this, you're like, yeah, I know all these movies. Psycho, I know. To Catch a Thief, one of my favorites. I can't even talk too much about him because it's too obvious. But
The man has made more movies than years he has been alive.
go watch a Hitchcock movie. I mean, we're gonna give you a lot of movie suggestions, but you can't go wrong with watching like one Hitchcock movie a week or something like that, or whatever. It'll probably take the rest of your life. Who knows? Yeah.
My number 1 is going to be Martin Scorsese. I talked about Taxi Driver a little bit in the first part of the episode. Every movie this man makes is so diverse from each other, but still sticking to certain themes like gangsters or New York. I'm not so big on Shutter Island, but
He did that one?
he made Shutter Island.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
Only saw it
if
once.
you like New York films or films with Robert De Niro, go watch the Scorsese
I
film.
think they're friends.
I think they're best
Yeah,
friends.
maybe.
Ben's number 2.
Number 2, kind of going in order of timeline here, but
I don't have any order.
But next is Sergio Leone. I like saying Leone. I feel like I'm so Italian or something, or Spanish. No, Sergio Leone. Like I talked about it last episode. He put Clint Eastwood on the map. Without Sergio, there'd be no Clint, probably. But because Clint Eastwood wasn't much before those movies. The Dollars trilogy. I am getting into watching the Once Upon a Time in the West, Once Upon a Time in America, Docu-Sucker, which is like one of the best, the coolest titles of a movie ever, Docu-Sucker, or AKA
Fistful of Dynamite.
Yes. If you have hours to kill, because he really dragged out his movies, there's long segments of like staring each other down, which is cool. Like, and all his movies, everyone is so completely dirty, which I love. If you ever see any of my portfolio work, you know I like garbage.
My number 2 is gonna have to be one that maybe many of you have not heard very much, but I'm a huge horror fan. Benny, he doesn't care much for horror, but I love him.
I don't like to be scared.
David Cronenberg. This man is the master of visceral horror films. He made The Brood, Scanners, Videodrome, History of Violence, Eastern Promises, Crash. I'm sure I'm leaving out a bunch of them. The Fly, the remake with Jeff Goldblum. It's so hard making a horror film that's good. And he has consistently surprised me with all of his movies. Every horror film he makes is pretty much really gross, but also really good and awesome.
The Fly was gross.
Oh my god, it was so gross.
Yeah.
Go watch a Cronenberg film.
Alright. Number 3 for me, going right along, Steven Spielberg. And I bet all of you are saying right now, oh, that's too easy, or I don't know.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, I love him, and he's so lovable though. Like you watch his interviews, or like he's so humble and gracious and
excited.
Yeah, he's such a good guy. Like you want to know him, and you watch the special features in any of his movies, and he's talking, and he just seems like such a guy that you just want to sit and have a beer with, or
I'll
whatever.
have a beer with him.
Yeah, Indiana Jones. Are you kidding me?
Schindler's List,
yeah.
Saving Private Ryan.
You know what's funny? The only movies that he did that were bad, he listened to one of his friends. I'm not gonna tell you who he listened to, but I bet you could figure it out. Yeah. I love him. I can't help it. So.
I think what makes him amazing is that he puts the art before his paycheck.
Yeah.
A lot of you probably don't know, he made Schindler's List completely free. Number 3 for me, Stanley Kubrick, my favorite director.
Yeah.
He's definitely one of those visionaries that puts so many loaded images and hidden subtext in his films. They require multiple viewings. Like Ben and I said, we still don't really fully understand 2001.
I don't really understand any of his movies.
The Shining, Clockwork Orange, 2001, Lolita, Spartacus, Paths of Glory, Full Metal Jacket, Eyes Wide Shut. Just go watch a Kubrick film.
Yeah.
You're not going to understand it. That's why you're going to watch it again.
Number 4, I'm going to have to say, obviously, going right along with Quentin Tarantino. And I hope that there's people who are connecting with us right away watching these first 2 episodes that we've done here, saying, "Oh yeah, Hitchcock! Oh yeah, whoever, Stanley Kubrick." You know, I grew up watching Tarantino. One of my high school movies was Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. That movie. It literally kind of scared me, the Reservoir Dogs, but
Scared me.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of Django Chain.
I loved Django and Chain.
I liked it. It was
so good.
Better than anything else that was out. Should have won awards, but not my favorite of his. But yeah, I did like it. Maybe it was because of Jamie Foxx. I don't know.
It's hard to top Inglourious Basterds once you've made that film.
Yeah. Number 4 for Lucas.
My number 4, Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott.
Alien, like we mentioned in the last episode, he made Alien, Blade Runner, and a ton of other movies. Gladiator.
My favorite, Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down. He's had a couple of I don't know.
He hasn't been getting good reviews as of late.
He made Kingdom of Heaven, didn't he?
Yes.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, he used Bloom.
I'm not even gonna get into Prometheus right now, but
I liked it. It didn't help me with my life, but who knows? I don't know. We can comment below about these directors. I'm telling you, I know that everyone has their opinions, and that's the cool thing about Americans. We all are so opinionated, and we're all movie critics. We just happen to
have a camera.
Yeah, do a show, I guess. So number 5 for me. What number 5? Oh yeah, how do we say his name? Hayao Miyazaki. Miyazaki. I'm so bad with Japanese. That's why I don't know.
You should learn Japanese.
I should learn Japanese. Miyazaki. I love his films. I talked about him a little bit last time, and I'm telling you, his movies. He is, I think, one of the greatest storytellers ever. If you haven't seen any of his movies, just pick one up. It doesn't even matter which one. They're all so good, whether they're like action or just a drama movie.
Part of his success, honestly, not only because he's an amazing storyteller, but because his English adaptations of his film are dubbed incredibly well.
Yeah, Pixar does them, and they get the best actors. They get them perfectly matched. They even kind of redo the mouth a little bit. They do an amazing job doing the English version. So
you would almost not even guess it was originally Japanese.
Yeah. Anyways, number 5 for you.
My number 5 is one he already mentioned, Alfred Hitchcock. What more can we say about the guy? Yeah. North by Northwest, Rear Window, Psycho, The Birds, Vertigo.
I confess, there's some Shadow of a Doubt.
Spellbound.
Yeah, so many. All his TV shows. Episodes, little TV shows. Alright, our movie suggestion. Movies you should watch this week. Luke, what is your movie suggestion of the week?
Videodrome. Arguably David Cronenberg's finest piece of work. It's in the Criterion Collection, starring James Woods. It's a mind trip, and it'll just go watch Videodrome. If you can find it.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay.
My mistake. My movie of the week should be The Way, Way Back. If you haven't heard of it, it just came out.
I have not heard of it.
A couple months ago, maybe 2 months ago, maybe I watched it. It is ghosted. It's way back. It's kind of like I don't know what you call it. You know, if you've ever seen Little Miss Sunshine, kind of like that kind of movie. I think this
like a dramedy.
Yeah, like a dramedy comedy, but it's kind of sad too, and it definitely pulls at your little heartstrings. Actor director you should know. My actor that you should know this week is Sam Rockwell. If you haven't heard of him, he is hilarious. He's been in a bunch of movies. He's in The Way Back, and he's hilarious. Like, literally, I laughed out loud, which is LOL for those of you who...
I've never heard that before.
He is hilarious in The Way Back. Go see it. Steve Carell's in The Way Back as well. He's not that funny in the movie, but that was on purpose. But Sam Rockwell has been in a bunch of movies. He was in Iron Man 2, if you saw Iron Man 2, which I thought he was hilarious in that movie too. I think he's one of the funniest guys out there. Seven Psychopaths, he was just in last year. Sam Rockwell, get to know him. Who's your actor-director you should know?
My pick is for director Stanley Kubrick. I already talked about him plenty this episode, but he's my personal favorite.
Yeah.
Go watch a Kubrick film.
And that is our show for 1.2. Keeping right along with our favorites. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it was educational for you. That's the whole point, to educate you, the viewer.
The next episode, we're going to talk about our favorite actors and actresses.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching part 2. Stay tuned for part 3. Comment, rate, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
We do watch movies.
We watch movies all the time, people.
I saw a lot of movies this week. I can't list them all, but the one that everyone else has probably seen is The Last Stand. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was blown away by how not crappy it was. It was mediocrely okay.
It wasn't terrible.
I didn't want to throw up.
Yeah.
It was fine.
I think it was just fun seeing him back in his own movie again. I think because I missed him, but yeah.
I am the sheriff.
Yeah.